In the previous video, we winterized the boat. First, we handled the engine, electrical, and interior. In this video, today we'll go through, step by step, how to winterize the exterior of our boat together. Remember to download the winterizing guide in the description, print out the PDF, and always keep it handy. Let's get started. If you decide to haul your boat out of the water, this is the first operation you'll carry out after hauling. Get yourself a good scraper and remove any barnacles and other calcium deposits from the hull. After that, use a pressure washer with adequate power to clean off algae and microorganisms. This way, the hull will be clean and you can check the condition of your hull amidst the intakes. Carefully check the joint between the keel and the hull, and if your boat is a bit older, make sure there are no signs of osmosis starting. Personally, if I decide to launch my boat after a few months, I prefer to let the hull dry out completely and apply the anti-fouling paint just before putting it back in the water. It's also recommended to remove the propeller to check for any dents. After cleaning the hull, proceed with a thorough washing of the deck. Rinse repeatedly with fresh water and, at the end, use specific cleaning products. Don't cut corners on this step. It's essential for removing dirt and salt crystals. Arm yourself with plenty of patience and some elbow grease. When exposed to oxygen and seawater, all metals undergo a process of deterioration. Oxidation also occurs while using the boat, but the movement from handling removes the layer. When the boat is stationary, oxidation could seize up or damage the metal parts of your boat. Pay special attention to storing the engine, as shown in the previous video, how to winterize your boat. But also take care of the rest of the metal parts. As I mentioned when washing the deck, here too you should do repeated and thorough washes with fresh water to remove any salt and dirt residue. After that, treat the tracks, cars, blocks, pulleys, and tackles, as well as the hinges of the lockers, portholes, and hatches with specific lubricants that will protect the metals from the relentless process. Don't forget about the winches, and check out our video, How to Clean the Winch. Proper winterizing of your boat's metal parts will prevent you from having to forcefully free up the lines. Forcing the lines free not only risks causing breakages, but could also hurt you. In my opinion, the best way to winterize the anchor and chain is to keep them off the boat. Carefully lower the anchor and the entire chain, arranging them neatly on a pallet under the boat. This will allow you to thoroughly inspect them when you return. Pay special attention to the condition of the connecting links. If necessary, repaint it to mark the chain lengths. As with other metals, wash repeatedly with fresh water. And one last precaution is to disassemble all the swivels and store them in a dry place to prevent deterioration. Just like the bilge, the chain locker will also need some care. Clean it thoroughly and make sure the water drains are free from blockages. There are some pieces of equipment that require special attention. Don't forget, for example, to thoroughly grease the windlass, the furling system, and the steering system. Apply a good amount of WD-40 grease and rotate them to distribute it evenly. This way, these pieces of equipment, which are subject to significant stress, will be even better preserved during the winter. For sailors, the boat is usually always a bit more demanding. That's right, because in this case you'll also need to winterize the sails and check the turnbuckles. There are different schools of thought when it comes to turnbuckles. Some people leave everything as it is, while others, to avoid excessive tension, loosen all the rigging turnbuckles on the mast by 2 or 3 turns. Whether you decide to loosen the rigging or not, it's necessary to wash and lubricate the turnbuckles. As for the sails, they absolutely must be taken down for safety reasons. Wash them thoroughly using specific products, and make sure they are completely dry before folding them to prevent mold and deterioration of the metal parts. Just like glasses, fold them and store them in a dry place, either inside your boat or in the sail locker. The ideal procedure is to replace all the lines with placeholders, meaning some older lines. For washing, I recommend putting them in old pillowcases and washing them on a delicate cycle in the washing machine with fabric softener. They'll come out looking like new. Many people leave the coiled lines on deck. Personally, I prefer to let them dry thoroughly and store them in the sail locker to avoid damage from the ground. As a final step, all that's left is to properly cover the deck. Use a waterproof cover that will help keep your boat even drier and cleaner. As you may have noticed, winterizing, it's not a difficult task, but it's not something to take lightly either. The first few times it will take you longer, but over time all these steps will become more automatic and you'll spend less time on them. To make winterizing easier, as I mentioned, download the PDFs in the description. You'll find the checklist with all the tasks and their timelines. As always, I look forward to hearing your tips and experiences in the comments. Best wishes to everyone, and once again, happy winterizing. Find all the products mentioned in this video on our store at HiNelson.com. And, as always, remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications, as well as follow us on Facebook. Greetings to all aspiring liftboarders, and see you next time. Pondeck.